All right, we're back. And TC's on mute. There you go. You were muted. But yeah, we're back. So is the wheel. You can win stickers this week. We also have a poll going because we were reached out by Whitespace. And should we review Whitespace? Yes, no, white spaces with white faces and no safe spaces. Those are your options. So we'll check back on that in a little bit. I don't really want to ride that shit. I don't.
I don't either.
Just like, it's not fun. Remember, February 20th, Ski Cooper, we've got our annual Thirsty Thursday meetup, having the top speed contest, also having the wife top speed contest, or the wife race. I don't know. Might be both. Top speed and who makes it to the bottom first. And then we're going to have a hang 10 contest through the bunny hill off the magic carpet. G-Don challenge, baby.
Bringing it back.
Yeah. See how many people get murdered.
I've wrecked my AC joint doing that.
Flying down the hill.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. At least it's not a steep hill to really have some chaos.
It's like this. It's fine. You'll all survive. You'll be fine. So, that's it. But TC went to Steamboat and hit a park-built backcountry jump.
It was sick. It's actually one of the best jumps I've hit in Steamboat. Like, it's better than their park jumps, actually. But sweet pow landing. You can take that thing as far as you want. Just straight line into it and just go. And that's what we were doing. We're like, yeah, just point it and see what happens. And it was so much fun.
Dude, I want to start with this one because this is awesome. RJ Gould, track down the fucker that stole my boards. # always write down your serial numbers. This is good advice. Fuck yeah, dude. Which is awesome because we sent you a setup anyways.
Yeah. Well, that's right there. You got it.
I'm stoked you got him back.
Yeah. It's like getting your car back after it's stolen. You just want it back. It doesn't matter if you got a new one. You want what you had.
Yeah, exactly. You want it back. Fuck yeah. Let's give this man a spin.
And honestly, that's why it's nice that Capita
he won stickers.
Yeah.
He won a jumbo that's karma right there. Jumbo sticker pack. RJ, you know what to do. Email me info@angrysnowboarder. I will get that mailed to you.
I can write these down, Avery, and I got a pen and paper.
So do I.
Okay. I got the same pad.
Write it down. Fine. I probably gave you that legal pad.
You did. But that's what's nice about like Capita boards is you can scan the little chip that they have in there and be like, see, that shit is in my name. Like that's what I don't know. Yeah.
Well, see, that's why you go into the store and then you register all of them. That's mine. I don't know what this guy's talking about, officer. That's mine. See?
That's diabolical. Same with I guess Union's doing it on their high backs as well, so you can do that too.
Yeah. There's a company that's doing 3D printed discs that will fit an air tag in it. And I really want to be like, what material are you making those with? Because I don't think it's rated to be a binding disc.
Yeah, I wonder what the testing's going into that. Like,
it'll work. Great concept. Not denying the concept. Poor implementation.
Well, I wonder if they have an understanding that like teeth on different bindings are different lengths based on manufacturer and all that stuff. Like, it's kind of specific to the binding brand and the binding make. So,
well, they're 3D scanning them and then 3D printing them.
Okay.
So spec wise, I mean, they're probably as close as you can get. Material is where I have that issue. I'm like, what are you using? And like, from what I read, he was like, yeah, I'm just using the TPU. Like, I was like, you're just using like the basic ass plastic you can get for making like figurines and shit. I was like, no, that's going to crack.
Yes, because that's not going to hold up to the cold. I want to see if I have a plate. Oh, I do. Also, plates aren't thick. This is just as thick as like like an air tag. So I want to know how you're going to fit that in there. And,
well, this is the clue one.
Yeah, and that one's thicker than maybe.
Oh yeah, well, it's a piece of shit, dude. Yeah. Somebody posted a photo from Kevin from Snowboard Pro Camp, and you could see the disc on his clues. So It was crazy. One, the amount of rust coming from his screws was insane. And I was like, well, what kind of shitty ass screws are you idiots using? But two, so like these all have like their grooves right here. They were like wallowed out. So it was just like a slot track. So like, so like all these individual ones were just gone. And I was like, Jesus, these things are worse than I thought.
Normally that I've seen that on the Solomon bindings, but that's after they're 3 years old in the demo fleet. Like you're like, ooh, this plate's almost beat to shit. And it's like the binding's
like
dead too. It's
shop demo or the reps demo?
Shop demo. Like when I worked at Powder Tools,
they've gone out like 1,000 times
every day for the whole year for 4 seasons. Like it took a lot to get those to that point. And then like, but only 1 season from that is ridiculous. Like,
yeah. Yeah. So, that's whatever. And I do. Wait, Gorbethy has this for us. It's 34 days and 15 hours till Thirsty Thursday. He made a website. It's thirsty.thurs.
I like that.
Like that. I don't know. He made a website and it's horrible. And I love every minute of it. It's great. But 34 days, 15 hours till Thirsty Thursday. Remember, if you have any complaints, Gorb will be there to take care of all that because I'm not doing shit.
Nope. We'll give him the suggestion box and he can just stuff it in him, really.
Well, no, I'm gonna make one that he wears around his neck. I have a little notepad and a pen on a string, and you can fill it out and then shove it in while he's riding around with it. That's what we're gonna do.
Perfect.
I think that's absolutely perfect. So
we'll put a cup holder on the side for you too, Gorb.
Nah, he's not burrito holder.
Burrito holder. And a goo holder, a gamer goo holder, and a
no, we're gonna make a gamer goo dispenser, so you hit it and it just pops out and squirts it right out. So you can just
yell.
We'll give Gorbethy a spin here. You got to pop a button, sir.
Ooh, it's a good thing I wore this shirt today. I almost wore a non-button up. Ooh,
the world's not prepared for you to do that on a live stream.
I did it 2 weeks ago when we came back.
Did you?
Luckily, it was down numbers. Not a lot of people caught that one to see, but if you ever wanted to see my neck, that was the time.
Yeah. All right. We got this super chat from Letters. Surfy Powboard to complement a K2 passport. #goo. I'm thinking like Mind Expander.
Yeah. That's it. That was the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah.
If you wanted to stick with K2, I guess you could go like an Almanac, because I think an excavator might not be as surfy.
Almanacs?
No?
No. You'd be better off going with the Niseko Pleasures. Or not in Niseko, Special Effects.
Okay.
Special Effects, yeah. And that's
hopefully we get one of those this year.
It's been a year. I don't think it's changed since I wrote it, but you need to ride it. So
I do need to ride it.
Yeah.
But yeah. You could also do like a roam service dog would also work for you, where you can just really power off that back foot, swivel the front around.
Just get an Orca.
You could do an Orca too. Like honestly, as long as you're keeping it off of hard ass groomers, it will be surfy and fun. Like so, you could do that, no problem.
Stranded mackerel, that comes to mind.
Yeah. You could also check out our top 5. We have a top 5 for that.
We do. Where are we going? Shop Tactics, tactics.com. All right. Let's see. Okay, we'll take this super chat from Keon Ulmer. Have a buddy who I'm letting use my boards out of the 2 you suggested. Which would be better on him?
There's
time on a board. So, yeah, I saw that, but that's a different question. That's all about Breck.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Put him on something. Put him on the softest board you have.
Yeah,
that's my 2 cents. Make it easy.
Yeah, I mean, I think because they talked about it in that previous question about bringing boards to Brack.
We can take. We'll double.
Yeah,
team it,
we'll double dip on that one.
What's good, Angry TC? I'm going to be in Breck this time next week. Which 2 boards should I bring out of the Yes Standard, Orca, Westmark, Camber, and Dance Hall? Any tips for Breck? I'd bring the Standard and I'd bring the Dance Hall.
That's exactly where I'm at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you'll be showing up right after MLK weekend, so there's probably just going to be a lot of people from Mexico City here. Shouldn't be too busy, actually. It's going to be cold as balls, though.
Yeah.
Like -30. My 2 cents, you let the sun hit the mountain and soften shit up. Otherwise, it will be Velcro snow.
Yeah. But then to answer your second question that we got to first, let him ride the Orca.
Or the Dance Hall.
Or the Dance Hall, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think that standard's going to be that forgiving.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Oh, we'll take this one from Mike T. Teams or Phantoms for the Ravine Select? I'd probably go Phantoms.
That's where I'm at. You're just going to get that extra dampness to it, and then that extra response that you're getting or that you want from the Ravine Select.
And avoid the clap.
Avoid the clap.
Avoid the clap. You don't need to be by the steady drip of gonorrhea. All right, we'll take this one from DMC 5720. Heard you recommend putting a tune structure on the base of your new boards. Can you elaborate on the extent of that? If the board comes with the structures, it's safe to assume this isn't needed. Damn right. If it's got it, fuck it. Don't touch it. Leave it. Go ride it. Make sure you peel the stickers off your base, especially if it's those ride stickers. Make sure you use a razor blade. God damn those things. Or you can be like our boy Pat and just spend 5 days riding with it on until it peeled off on its own.
Yeah.
0 fucks were given.
Just when you're taking those stickers off, the cheat sheet sticker, go real slow. Real slow. Because once you get one rip in that, it's just going to be a mess. Yeah. You have a heat gun, hit it with a little heat, not a lot. You don't want to pull all the wax or even warp the base of your board. So be careful with that. But yeah, I'm with you. If it already comes with a structure, you don't need to do it. That structure will eventually go away if you do wax your board or just the more you ride it. So then you can put a new one on. But a lot of boards out there don't come with structure. So spend the extra $100.
Especially Mervin's especially need it.
Mm-hmm. It will make a world of difference on a Mervin.
Yes. Yeah, it will. It makes all the difference in that. Mm-hmm. But let's see. So I got this Nidecker Alpha APX, and this has a very minimal structure on it. That Ride Psycho Candy has it, but if what do we got here? This Signal Kyle Mac. There's nothing on this. Little structure would go a long way with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, unless it's a park board. If you have a park board, don't even bother structuring it. Just run over rocks. Yeah. Oh, God. All right. We got Mark Mancuso. Love the content. Have you tried those photochromatic goggles I was getting assaulted with on social, e.g. Glade Optics? Don't buy Glade. Glade sucks. Just don't do it. Photochromatic isn't anything special for them. I mean, Smith's done it for years. Dragon's done
it. Yeah.
Yeah, like everyone's done it. I mean, it's cool. It's not as fast of a change in the lens as people think it is. Like, it's cool. Like, I remember the first ones that Dragon came out with. Those were great for Colorado, because when it was sunny bluebird, it would just like darken, and then the clouds would come in and it would lighten up. That was nice. But yeah. So yeah, there you go. All right, let's get this man a spin. Yeah. Glade Optics sucks ass, which the funny thing is they claim that Breckenridge is their home base, and it's not. They're from fucking Vermont. Shop Blower Board Shop. It's always a good one.
Mm-hmm. Or stop in if you're going to Bear.
Yeah. 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 Stop in if you're going to go up there and watch the Jerry's at Bear Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of Jerry's, oh my God, I forgot to tell you that I saw the greatest thing in the world today going to Copper. Someone had their Tesla in self-drive mode and it couldn't figure out the off-ramp to Copper. So it went to the right lane, back to the left lane, back to the right lane, back to the left lane, to the right lane, back to the left lane. Then when it got to the light, it tried to get over in the left turn lane to turn into the gas station. It went to a 45-degree angle and tried to drive out into the field.
Yeah.
The guy was like screaming and grabbing the way, and there weren't many cars, and I just kept looking at it going, like, anyone fucking see this? Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just driving, and the whole time I'm like, this thing is either going to turn into me or not.
That's great.
Yeah. But yeah, fucking self-driving cars. Don't do them in the mountains.
No.
Volvo gave me one with that lane assist correction, and it was like a blizzard up at the tunnel, so no one could see where the lanes were. It kept trying to pull me into the accidents on the side. And I was like trying to turn it off, and like every time I turn it off, it would turn itself back on. I was like, this car is fucking possessed by the devil.
I've had that happen with like Suburbans and shit I've been driving. Like if I don't blinker to get over and I just start like trying to drift it over, it just yanks you back into the lane. And you're like, I don't want to be in this lane anymore. Like God, this sucks.
There is a reason I keep looking at 78 Broncos that have been resto modded. I'm fine with power brakes. I'm fine with power steering, power windows, heated seats, all that luxury shit. There ain't going to be any lane assist on that bitch, and it's solid steel. Hit me with your shitty little Tesla. You're dead.
Yeah.
Oh, you got your little Prius? Dead. Your big old Suburban? Horribly mangled, not dead. I can sue you then.
I could sue you then.
I can sue you because you're an idiot. Fucking had to honk at a guy today because he just sat there at a green light, like staring at it. I was like, dude, fucking move. Like, Jesus, you know?
Yeah. Normally that's a summer thing, I feel like. I see a lot of people in the summer just sitting there and you're like, it's a beautiful day, but I want to get to where I'm going. Like,
yeah. Oh, let's see. Oh, I like this one from Abram Morton. You already talked about Curated. Curated's out of business. Fucking called it 5 years ago that this was going to happen. Literally, oh my God. So they sent out their emails, so all their experts, and now they're trying to liquidate shit. Companies are pissed at them. If you're going to try to order, because they're going to start liquidating shit from Curated, understand that their whole business was based on drop shipping. They probably don't actually have the inventory, or they're not going to ship it. I wouldn't trust it to order from them. Fuck those guys. Like, oh my God. Dude, it's been like one thing after another with that fucking cluster. You know, they tried to recruit me like 5 times, and I kept saying no. I was like, I never trusted them, ever. I'm sure there were some good people, you know, that were probably good that worked there, but by and large, man, there was a bunch of fucking morons that worked there. Like, certain sales manager that we may or may not have interviewed at some point was telling me that they were recommending Jones Dreamweavers because the weight range would fit a guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it doesn't work that way, man. He's in a size 10 men's and it's like a 24.3 waist.
Yeah.
Like, fucking retards over there. Dude, the CEO was a fucking idiot. Like, oh my God. That guy, he was the first one that tried to recruit me and he spelled my name wrong. My email address, like, has my name in it for business stuff, like the main one. He sent it to me. He called me Arvin. And I was like, and I just responded back and I was like, I can't trust anyone that can't spell my name right in an email.
Yeah.
I was like, proofread your shit. I was like, you've already, and this was after I had, I wanted to test them out. So I tested them out. The dude that was recommending shit was a fucking skier. And I was like, do you even snowboard? And like, I was like, hey, I want to like a soft, forgiving board. And he's like, recommended me a black snowboard of death. Told me to buy a 165 wide.
You'll love it, dude.
I mean, yeah, me personally, I could ride it. Not what I'm looking for. I mean, I completely lied about my name, everything. I was like, I think my name was John Smith. Yeah, it was fucking.
That's classic.
Oh my God, is so fucking like curated just sucks ass. Like the whole thing was stupid. And like they ended up fucking over a bunch of shops too, because they worked deals where they would have shops do the drop shipping for them. And then they were like, hey, just up your order and handle the drop shipping for them. And then they'd stop talking to them. Like it was typical tech bro bullshit. My boy Bruce basically set up their whole fly fishing thing. And he was like, these guys were fucking idiots. And then they canned the fly fishing thing when he quit. Like, no. Like, do I want someone that's a gear expert that's recommending like mommy vlog shit, recommending snowboards to me? It was like a Dick's Sporting Goods.
Mm-hmm. I worked at Dick's Sporting Goods when I was 18.
18? Yeah,
18.
Exactly.
I didn't know shit about snowboarding. I knew how to snowboard, and I knew there was a cheat sheet on the back, and that was it.
Probably sold more golf clubs than anything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See?
A lot of baseball bats.
Ah.
I've never played baseball.
I'm really good at selling skis. I've never skied.
Yeah.
I used to win sales contests when I worked at MSO in Silverthorne. I'd go in and pretend I was Avron the Austrian. Oh, yeah, you look at the skis. Okay, so let's talk about how you shush with these. I would hold that accent for an hour straight with a customer. I'd lie through my teeth. Didn't give a fuck. I knew how to fit a ski boot. I knew what they were looking for. Most of them were blue groomer cruisers. Yeah. Fucking just slap them on something with a little shape. They're fine.
Yeah.
You know?
They'll be fine. It's skiing. Anybody can do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyone can do it. I was watching people try to go through the big park today on rental ski. I'm like, what the fuck are you kids doing? I don't know. Hit a lot of jumps today with a ride kink.
Good. You
feel
everything. You feel everything.
The whole time I'm like, maybe I should have kept a 0. That's all I could think of was like,
maybe
a little carbon in this thing. I landed deep and the tail just went, and I was like, oh God. I was like,
at least you're still in one piece. Did they get the all the jumps open, or that bottom jump open in Peace Park?
Yeah, the one on the left, but it's where it normally is on the left side. That's where they put the airbag jump this year.
Oh,
so that's on the right side. It's got a really weird lip. It shoots you up and out, and you take it very deep. Like the first time I hit it, I landed and looked back, and I was like, "This doesn't look right. Like, why am I so far down the damn thing? I didn't even pop."
Yeah,
you know.
So we're not going to be hitting the mega death on that one because you'll go to the parking lot.
Not necessarily the parking lot, but I think you could gap the cat track.
Oh God.
I think if you really wanted to, you could gap the cat track on it easily. Jumps have a lot more pop this year, I noticed.
Yep, I have noticed that.
Yeah, it's a little sketchy this year, so
it'll mellow, hopefully. But
let them just mellow out after a week. They'll be fine. It's Cobber. They'll go build some circus feature and forget about the jumps again. They did get rid of the rainbow box with a giant hole in it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, it's been some time for that thing to go.
Yeah, that thing should have been gone a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when they built that box like 18 years ago. It's time to retire it, guys. Give it a Viking burial. You don't need to keep all this old shit.
Yeah. It's reached its life expectancy there. That's it. It's got a value of 0 if we're talking accounting. That thing is nothing but profit. It's kind of like the Clue review video. It just makes money. It just sits there and makes money. Which the funniest thing about the Clue review video, still get people trying to defend Clue to me and trying to pick fights with me. But my favorite are a lot of people are like, I saw this video a year ago and I didn't believe you. I broke my clues, or I went back to straps, or these things were the biggest piece. I was like, gee, strange. Almost like I fucking told you I wasn't paid and they sucked. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's almost like I wasn't lying to you about any of it. Like, really?
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways. All right, let's get this man a spin.
Ooh. That's a big one.
That's a nothing.
Oh, the middle's nothing today?
Middle is nothing. I was feeling lazy. I didn't want to redo everything, so I just
Oh
put
man.
nothing. Yeah. From Bear 264. So to my untrained eye, battalion bindings look really similar to the Rome bindings. Do they have similar field? They share the exact same chassis.
Yeah.
The difference is in the straps and the high backs and the foot pad.
Yeah.
So the battalion foot pad is thicker than the Rome one, like noticeably thicker. The higher end heel strap is stiffer and thicker than the high end one for Rome. The toe strap is more rectangular, but the high backs on the battalions are softer. Yeah. That's kind of, you can interchange them. Like, it's all good. Because I've got a set of Astros in the other room that I've got to turn into black Astro labels.
I love that you're doing that. You're just like, I'm gonna take my favorite.
Oh, it's like the other day, Idolo rolls up on me. He's like, he looks at my bindings. He's like, "What bindings are those?" And I was like, "Black katana labels." And he's like, "What the hell?" And he's like, "Are they black labels or are they katanas?" I was like, "They're black katana labels. Katana base, black label high back. I don't know what strap that is." And he's just like riding away, just like.
You just put him in a pretzel for the rest of the day. He's like, I can't stop thinking about the black katana labels. This is crazy.
He's like at his house, just taking bindings apart. Like, what can I build? What can I build?
He's like, wait, these bindings are like Legos?
24 by 12 by 14 box full of Rome black label and katana and Astro parts. I got so many fucking goddamn footbeds in that thing.
Damn.
Like, I just like, oh, you want a 2-degree cant? You want the 2.5-degree cant? You want the 0 cant? You want the 3 cant? I got you covered. There might even be a 4-degree in there. I don't fucking know. It's like, oh, you want a softer high back? Here you go. Let me give you this one. You know, it's like, oh, you want the 2nd gen black label Oxtec strap that doesn't look like a chainsaw? Here you go. Gotcha. You know, it's like just full of parts. I got one of the foam black label straps sitting in there. It's the last good one I have. It's my last replacement if anything breaks. It's going to be a sad day when that happens.
Yep.
I was on eBay the other day trying to find parts. It's not good. That's not good.
Inventory is low on eBay.
I'm at the point where I might just walk around the base area and be like, hey, you got a set of Rome vices with that foam. You want a higher end strap? I'll trade you straight up.
That wouldn't be a bad call, actually.
Just walk away. Just like, I'll be like, I'll just take everything. Like, I'll do the work here. Just there you go. It's gonna ride better. Trust me.
Just hold up your screw. I have a screwdriver.
Just like,
you might be scared of this, but I have this. I know how to use it.
Oh my god, the amount of people that are still scared of screwdrivers in the comments this week have been priceless. I had to tell the guys, like, do you know how to operate a screwdriver? And he's like, no. And I was like, well, you need to fucking learn. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck. All right, let's give this guy a spin. Watch Shred Flicks. I put some down in the description below.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. All right, let's see. All right, we'll take this one. Lucas Bernstein. 15 days on my Beyond Metals board this season. The powder setting is offered. On the board is clutch. Handle 2 feet of powder like a dream. Hashtag no one needs a powder board. No, you got directional twins. Set it back. Bam, you're good. That board's solid. That board is really solid.
That board could easily be a quiver killer. Like, if you only, like, I got money for one board and I got to make it do everything, that's a great board for it.
Yeah. Avoid the clap. That's just good life advice. From JP, boys, my buddy's daily driving a ride Warpig and is looking for a mess around twin board to add. I'm assuming he wants soft. I mentioned the Rome Gangplank or the Arbor Westmark Rocker. Any other suggestions? Ultra Fear from Capita.
Mm-hmm.
You want to put them on something with camber that's soft? Check out either a K2 geometric or a world piece or a ride kink. I mean, I've been riding the kink. That thing's soft.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, those are all great options, I would say. Where, I mean, if he likes his war pig, he might even want something like a flat option as well. Like, I mean, what was that one from Rome that I rode this year that I really liked? The
Party mod.
party mod. That would
Which
be
is
one
like
that,
big brother to the gangplank. So if you want softer, you go gangplank.
yeah.
So, yeah. Let's see. Okay. Take this one from Krung. I just gooed myself. Well, you know, that happens. Comfy binding Rex for the K2 excavator. Hashtag goo down insulated diaper. Oh, you're on the Discord. You know about the Charles diaper. The down Charles diaper. He's got those down shorts. He's like, I'm so warm in them. And I was like, they're so fucking goofy. It looks like a down diaper. But I mean, comfy? Like soft, or you want something that's like going to absorb chatter?
That's what I was thinking, as I was thinking like a damp binding that was going to be able to hold up to the excavator, but not like
I'm thinking the
A10 where
battalion,
you're like, I'm
the
locked in.
battalion Astro, like
Mhm.
full wrap or ASIM, depending what you want. Otherwise, something from Nitro, maybe a Team Pro or a Phantom.
Yep. I was thinking of Phantom. I mean, if you're gonna go like Yes or Jones, you could easily do like a Mercury, but I would say like the uninked version from Yes would be probably your best option. Be a little bit softer than that Mercury, or even you already said Battalion. I mean, you could even do like a C8 or even a C6 by Ride. Like I would probably go with the C8 on it just because I like that strap more than the C6 strap, but it's really up to you on that one.
Yeah, let's give this man a spin. Avoid the clap. It's just good life advice.
That one's hitting today.
Yeah. Let's see. Speaking of the party mod, we got Dustug. Thoughts on the party mod sizing of 6'1", 200 pounds, 10.5 K2 for everything after parking lot beers. Pulling out of the car and just fucking thumb gunning right there.
Yeah, right there.
Dude, the other day it was 9:01 and this chick was trying to drink a hazy IPA and thumb gun it on the lift with me. And I looked at her and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Shit sprayed all over. I was like, thank God it didn't get on me. I'd been pissed. Just washed my outerwear, so it's good for 5 years.
That's also a stinky beer. That's like,
I know.
That's a lot.
Who
That's a lot to
thumb guns an IPA on the chairlift.
Somebody that wishes they had a beard, I think. Like, yeah. But who? Okay, thumb gun and an IPA in general is just a bold move. Like that's a heavy thing. That's like the last thing you're thumb gunning for the day. I feel like that's just sitting right in your stomach, just at the top, where it's like, oh, this is weighing me down. Like this is terrible. And then you got that breath the rest of the day.
Yeah, but to get back to the question, if you want it more playful, 56. Otherwise, 59.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 59.
Because it should be wide enough to fit that 10.5. It's like mid-wide-esque, isn't it? If I remember
kind
correctly.
Of. It's like I didn't boot out on a 53. Yeah, I have a 10 Thraxis, so
you'll be
yeah. So 10.5, you should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Ollie some slow signs. From Daddy Academy, which crazy, creepy. Need a powder rock board buying 25 or 24. Got any phase toward the lower end of the spectrum? Yeah, go on Facebook Marketplace and see what idiot overbought a nice board and is now dumping it for more than half off. Especially if you're going to go hit rocks with it.
That's I mean that's probably the best thing you could do, because I mean if you're just going to go buy a brand new board for powder and rocks, that seems like a waste to buy a brand new board knowing that you're just going to take it into rocks. Like,
yeah. Oh, we got the reverse spin. We're going for it. You lose. I want to talk about this from Nick Larson. Lots of leaks lately. Most interesting one is the Union source ditching the disc. Only adjustable between -3 and 21 degrees, though. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't shown you the Union catalog. So it's basically the source binding. You screw in the one screw for the back, and then you can rotate it this way or that way, and it only uses 2 screws on it. But well, next week we were going to do a live stream where we just show catalogs, but
we might still. Who knows?
We might not be here next Thursday.
We might not be here.
And then the week after that, I don't know what's going on because we're going to Utah. We might be back. We might not. I don't know.
Maybe we'll do it from the road. Maybe you'll
while
just get
while driving.
Real close. Yeah, while he's driving, you'll just get a close up of my face, just way too uncomfortable for everybody else.
Right here.
Yeah.
We'll change it so that it shows out while I'm driving. And then everyone will be like, what the hell? Why are they in salt flats? Why are they doing 150? Why is the car rolling over? You know? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But I didn't know that. I'm going to go back to, I like 4 screws.
It's okay. I asked for them in a medium.
Good.
So
Good.
One of us will ride them.
Yep.
Because there's the Source FC and the Source Pro. So we can
They're going back to
that.
Forged carbon, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I asked for the Kazoo Atlas Pro this year.
Yeah.
I was like, we should probably pick something that's going to sell regularly. I don't know. Yeah.
Did you ask for a Kazoo from Capita?
I put that at the top of the list. Put in parentheses, most requested board ever. Please make this godforsakenly happen. I swear to God, the forces of nature are against me to ever ride that damn thing.
They don't want you touching that thing.
No, they don't. So yeah, I put in that. I put for that board. They got a lot of new boards for next year and a lot of stuff tweaked. They changed base materials on everything too. So they're like, oh, if you want to ride any of that. And I was just like, yeah, I don't need to ride a Mercury or a Mega Merc or a Super DOA or a DOA. I was like, we're good. Well, no, Super DOA got new 3D shaping. So I put in for that.
Yeah, I want to ride that one.
I figured you did. So I asked for the 69 wide.
Yeah. It's still soft at the tip and tails. It'll be fine, dude.
Yeah, you got this, dude. I saw the funniest comment for you the other day. They're like, how are you 160 pounds and riding a 157? And I was like, because some of us don't have skill issues.
Yeah.
I was like, and then like the comment, someone was like, he daily drives like a 59 Stratos.
Yeah. I mean, what was that last year? I weighed myself this summer and I was like, oh shit, I lost some weight this summer. I was like, that's not good. I was like, I got
actually, I do need to know your weight for this heli trip next month. We have to have an average of 185 pounds per person.
Okay. Next time I'll probably go to the gym on Monday. I'll let you know.
Okay. Because I keep losing weight. I'm bringing it down.
Nice.
But you know, we got to get to that average.
We can do that.
Yeah. Ooh, I like this. Did we give him a spin? Yeah, we gave him a spin. No, we didn't give him a spin. Did we give him a spin? We gave him a spin. Okay. All right. From Stefan Sandstrom. Thoughts on bent metal and Solomon adopting Supermatic tech? Oh, we all knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to compete against, like, they want to put the fucking closers out of business.
I didn't know that Bent Metal adopted that too, actually.
That one didn't surprise me just because there's that partnership or that 25% ownership from Nidecker and Mervin. So,
well, there's that. And then the Supermatic already has that same style of base almost, like their padding where they have that almost that mini snowboard, as Mervin calls it. So, I mean, they can put their own tech on that, no problem.
Oh, yeah.
And have it fall in line, which, I mean, yeah, the binding war is on. We talked about this, 3 weeks ago, maybe even before break?
Might have been last week before break. I can't remember.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a full-on war. I don't know if you guys follow FaZe on Instagram or anything like that, but they have a banging team right now. Like,
dude,
it's
Solid Tor, Joe Sexton, Chris Bradshaw, Pat Fava,
Jeremy Jones,
Jeremy Jones, Victor De La Rue.
Mm-hmm.
There's somebody else.
There's 9 of them, I thought, maybe 12. Let's see. Let's check it real quick, because I was just looking at it. There it is. Yeah, Pat Fava, Tord Lundstrom, Jeremy Jones, Stale, Victor, Joe Sexton, Chris Bradshaw, Cody Warb. That's it. Surprised me. And then Scott Blum. So they got a heavy hitter crew.
A lot of those guys are, though, on the 32 one, which is the soft one.
Yeah.
Like, I think the stiffest one's probably going to be the Katana.
I think so, especially with that metal chassis on it. What surprised me is when I saw the 32 ones the other day, it looks like it has the Jones Mercury ankle strap on it.
It probably does.
Yeah. I think it's a little thinner, but it looks like the same strap with the exoskeleton and everything. And I was like, that would make sense because that'll still make it softer than Mercury Phase that they have for Jones right now, because that's a stiffer strap. So I get it. But
oh yeah,
I mean, also to answer this question, it's way cheaper to adopt the Supermatic technology than it is to come up with your own technology and then possibly have it fail, like we saw with Clicker and that sort of thing, and
you mean
that company.
This is a binding in the middle of failure.
Yeah,
like they didn't. But you're right on that. The bigger thing is like flow crawled so Supermatic could walk so FaZe could run, and that's the big thing. And then Clue is the mongoloid bastard child that has Down syndrome or something. I don't know.
I was thinking more of the communist version of it, where it was like, we can make that too, just way worse and way cheaper because there's no competition to push us out.
Yeah, that's fucking that shit's crazy to me. But it makes sense because there are people like Supermatic's work. I've ridden them. Yeah. Like, it's not the binding for me. It's a little heavier. Even the carbon one, it'll never be. The big thing is you have to understand it will never be a performance binding. Supermatic will never be a performance binding. It is not designed for it. FaZe, on the other hand, is starting to look like a performance binding with it. And someone today said something to me. They were like, it's still stupid. You have to unstrap your heel strap. And I was like, you still have to bend down to unstrap a step on or to unclick a step on. At some point, you still have to do it. It's just, it's going to be, it's riding a binding with less steps. Because someone was like, oh, you created a binding with more steps. And I was like,
I saw that too, actually.
I was like, I saw that comment and I was like, what? You only have to strap in one strap.
Yeah. And you don't, well, the thing is with that one strap too that's on the ankle is it's higher, it's located higher to get in and out than if you were to have it like on the Supermatic or even the Burton step-ons. Like, that's in the heel, like down lower than where you'd actually be strapping. So it's still like, you're still saving some bend over power, really, where if you do have a bigger gut, it's still going to work for you and you're not going to be like just shit out of luck.
Oh yeah.
So
no, I think FaZe is what is, I think that's going to be a real deal thing. I mean, I'm already looking at it. The parts of it kind of remind me of the old K2 auto binding where you would tighten the heel strap and there was a cable that went to the toe and it would put it down so you could like click your toe in and then do it. And I really liked the way the auto rode. Like, that was a really fun binding. And like knowing that it's on the Katana, I was actually talking to my friend Jerome about this today, and he goes, do you think you could daily ride like a phase binding. And I was like, could I? Yes. Will I? Probably not, because they don't have the right pieces on it that I want. But knowing that it looks like I can take a Black Label chassis, because that has carbon in it, and slap it on the katana right there. Well, there we go. Phase Black katana labels. Here they come. Just going to be cannibalizing more parts. I need to figure out if I can swap the heel strap out. Because if I can swap that heel strap out and do it, I will do it. I will, when we get, because I emailed Rome, and I'll know next week exactly what they're sending, because they're over in Europe right now. But I was like, basically for next year, there's the Katana family of bindings, the 390 family of bindings, and the Trace family of bindings. So you still have Katana Pro, but instead of the cleaver, you get the Katana full wrap, shit like that. So that's what they're doing. But there's the Katana phase, and I'm looking at that going, I bet I could take my Black Label chassis, put that heel cup and high back on there, swap out the toe strap if I want to, because all I'm going to have to do is just take the ratchet, because it locks, and put that on there. And I'll be like, okay, I can do that. And then the big one is the heel strap. And I really want to play around with that customization on it and see if I can get it to fit. There is a chance that I would consider riding that if I like it, which, I mean, it's a fucking Katana base. It's like,
yeah,
I've been riding them now for like 10 years. I'm like,
Yeah. I mean, after playing around with them, been riding them, I figured out, I'm pretty sure you can swap the straps, because I was messing around with it the other day when I was riding, and went to take my foot out, and I just didn't move it like I normally do, and just try to yank it out to see what would happen to the straps. And it just totally popped apart like a regular binding did. And I was like, oh, that just slides off really easy and slides right back in, no problems. I was like, so it doesn't trip you up if your foot does get caught on it or like anything like that. And I was like, I bet you could, as long as you had a way for it to feed across, because it is a longer strap for that when it does come into contact with it. So it's like, I bet you honestly could, as long as it doesn't have like something that would stop it, or like some bindings have that sheath that like try to protect the ladder. And as long as you don't have that stopping on the other end, I think you could do it.
So my theory is, because like you don't fully release it like this, right? Yep. So my theory is I should be able to, because the ratchets are the same, pop that ratchet, put it on there, and everything, and then that way it's fed through, right? So it's already fed through because it's got the piece on that. So I just take the ratchet off, screw that in, and then, because people don't know this, I roll with the old foam strap from the Black Label. I like that more. But so I was looking at that, and I was like, I wonder if I could do that. So I'm going to play around with that and see. I mean, might be a binding I'm interested in, might not. I don't know. I mean, it's quicker. I'm not going to deny that. With riding with you, it's fucking quicker.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's still, it comes down to the response and everything. So.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what you say about the Rome version, to see if the response is very similar. Because when I'm on the Jones version, it's not the same, because it doesn't have that Skate Tech chassis.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see if they were able to translate the performance of Rome bindings over with just that technology, because it's really doesn't seem like it's adding a whole lot to, or changing a whole lot. Like, you don't have to, especially depending on how they do. I'm interested to see the metal heel cup and how they do that too.
So when you look at the photo of it up close with the heel cup in the catalog, it's got the little spring piece, like what yours has attached into it. It's got the little nub. It's got the high back situation. But other than that, like if you look at how it mounts to the bottom to this part right here, it's the exact same 3 points of connectivity. So I'm looking at that going, So I'm looking at that going, well, I could probably put a Black Label, because the only difference between a Black Label and a Katana is that the Black Label and the Katana Pro, which there is no Black Label anymore. It's just Katana Pro for next year. But so with like the Katana Pro, so it's got that carbon under the base in there, so it's a little more responsive. So I'm like, could you just unscrew it, just pop it in there? And I'm like, there you go. And you know how I am with my bindings. It's like I always somehow Franken binding like two bindings together. Like when I was rolling K2 indies, they were indie formulas, because it was the base tray and the high back were the old formula, but then it didn't have the hinged heel strap, so I would take them off my old formulas and put them on there, and so I was making basically just a modern formula because they had changed it, and it didn't have canting in it. And I've done that, and then like, you know, when I rode I rode Nitro Phantoms for a year, and I had to play around with those and put some different parts on them, and then I had 390 bosses that were Targa bosses because I had like different parts from them. So, you know, it is what it is. But
yeah.
All right, let's give this man a spin. Mary Shidsmith, it's still on there. I forgot to take that off. That's how long ago. That's how long ago. I completely forgot Mary Shidsmith was still on the list. For getting ready. So yeah. Let's see. From Nate David, my buddy is visiting from the south, but is scared of riding AK terrain and conditions. Any word of advice to build his gun? Yeah, don't be a pussy. But did you die?
But did you die?
But did you die?
As long as he makes it through the first day, he'll be fine. Like,
yeah. I mean, what? You going to what? Well, you riding Alaska backcountry? Yeah, okay. Take him on something mellow and make sure he knows how to use all the proper equipment. It's fine. Yeah. You're at the resort. I heard you guys haven't been having much of a season up there. It's going to be like riding down in the south anyways, just chipped up ice.
Well, I was going to say, take him on a hard run. Don't tell him it's a hard run. And then once he's done, just be like, oh, by the way, you did so-and-so. It is actually one of the hardest here. You're fine. You can do anything. And that'll normally do it.
Yeah.
They're going to hate you at the time, but like, as you said, did you die? No? All right, we're good then. You'll make it.
Yeah.
And tell them the steeper it is, the easier it is. It's like riding a bike. Oh, that one's hitting today.
Got nothing. Got nothing. All right. I like this super chat from S01. Twin directional twin with the most pop options. Oh, yeah. Nitro Beast.
Mm-hmm.
K2 Hypnotist.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Capita Outsiders.
Yep.
Ride Bench Warmer.
Battalion Beyond Metals.
Yep. Let's see. Solomon Huck Knife Pro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, if we're going directional twin, Rome Freaker, Ride Algorithm. I would even say like the Nidecker Alpha APX.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Gamma APX should be on that.
I was going to say we should probably throw the Gamma APX in that one too.
What else you got for this man?
I'm trying to think, like, okay, what haven't we said? What brands haven't we covered is the real thing. I'd say Jones Aviator. From Jones, I think that has some of the best pop, or the Mountain Twin Pro.
Signal Disruptor Kyle Mack.
Mm-hmm.
For a twin.
Yep.
LibTech Rad Ripper. The new one that they came out with, that board snaps.
You did say that.
Arbor, you probably,
dude, the Metal Machine actually from Arbor.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Metal Machine.
And then I mean,
or the Candle Rain.
Yep, if you can flex it, it'll return that.
Yep.
I honestly like the Retox for pop better than the Juggernaut.
Oh, it pops.
So that
from Roswell. Yeah.
I think that's everybody.
Oh, well, I feel like we gave a good amount.
Yeah.
You know? Let's see. Take this. Oh, wait. Do I owe this guy a spin, don't I?
Yep.
I do. Gotta give this guy a spin. I forgot it's wheel day. It's wheel day.
I forgot it until I saw you pulling it out, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's today."
Yeah. All right. Well, Ollie, some slow signs. All right. From HNN Champ, I can see a young, angry snowboarder falling down the ice wall at Holiday Valley and retreating to the Tannenbaum area. So first off, if you were going to ride the wall at Holiday Valley, you always did it at night after a powder storm because it was closed. So I've ridden that on 2 feet of POW. And what you do is you'd have someone park their truck at the, so there's a footbridge, or there's a bridge that goes over and then a tunnel to the condos. So you want to park the right there on the side, and you would pop off and ride down to the truck, and then have everyone loop you back around to Sunrise, and then you would go up Sunrise and do that. So that, but otherwise the wall is only good like 2 days of the year. Also had an avalanche right after I moved away from there. They were blowing snow, and it like made this like cornice, and it was hollow in the ground head, and it cracked, and then it slid down. It's the only double black there, and it's like 30 something degree pitch because it's like this to this, and it slid down, missed the footbridge, and like launched off and hit one of the condos and knocked the house off the foundation by 2 inches. But yeah,
Jesus,
yeah.
That must have been a hell of a block coming off if it knocked the house.
And the cornice, like the break, was 5 feet deep of man-made snow.
Oh my
Because
god!
it like rolled like this, and then so it was 5 feet deep. It slid 180 feet or something, or 200 feet. Like it was a good, like literally we were all like, they had a fucking avalanche. We were like, what? And then they're like, huh? But no, the secret is over in that area. Like you don't go down the head wall of the wall. The trees are closed off, and they don't put a rope. They put a sign, and it's a tripod of 3 straight skis. So what you do is you ollie into it and launch it over, and it'll fall in the POW in the trees, and then you slam the trees down to the wall and ride that back up if it's open. And then if they say anything to you, be like, there's no signs. And they'll be like, yeah, they are. And then you point and go, how was I supposed to know that was a closed sign? It's buried in the snow.
Yeah. Loophole.
And worst comes to worst, they take your ticket, and then I would go down to the rental office, and Jamie Woderick would print me out another one. The amount of times that they took my pass and I got it back within 10 minutes was fucking hilarious as a kid. My friend Paul's mom, Christy, who we were young, we did not realize how close in age we were. She had him when she was 17. So like she was like 32 and we were like 16. And she was on the volunteer mountain safety. So like we'd get in trouble. We'd be like, just call Christy. And she'd just be like, give me the pass. I'll take care of it. She'd be like, don't do it again. Also, I need you to drive me home from the bar later. So it's super funny. Yeah. Paul's hilarious. He's got like a 27-year age gap between him and his sister.
Jesus.
That's fucking hilarious. People see him with his sister. They're like, is that your daughter? He's like, that's my sister. Fucking hilarious.
That's my sister, man.
Watch Shred Flicks.
Yep, watch him.
Oh my God. This is another one that's been coming up. So we got Tahoe Jones here. I get real deep in my carves. Like to drag my back knee in the snow on toe sides. I have a size 9.5 boot. Looking at the K2 Alchemist in a 160. Will be wide enough to lay. Yeah, like
yeah.
Fuck, I had a guy try to tell me he needed the 170 Skunk Ape ultra wide for a size 9 boot, and I was like,
yep.
What the fuck, dude? Things like this fucking wide. Yeah. He's like, oh, I just want to make sure I'm not going to boot. I was like, you got this much on your toe and heel. Like, you ain't booting out. You're falling over at that point. You've leveraged it so far. You just want like, you know?
But yeah, that 160 will be plenty.
Yeah. Totally fine.
I rode the 57. I might even ride that tomorrow, actually.
What are you going to ride tomorrow?
I might ride the Alchemist tomorrow.
Am I picking you up?
We'll figure it out.
I was going to go ride Park. I'm going to go ride the Kink in a 55.
Oh.
I've been getting real jibby.
You've been getting kinky with it?
I have been. I've been working up to board sliding through the DFD.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I got sprung off the flat down bar today doing a nose press. I pushed a little too hard into it through the kink and just
just loaded it up and
just yeah, did that. So also got a little wily and gapped the the flat down box to the down. I thought I broke the tail on the board. Then I was like, oh yeah, there's no carbon in this. That's why it flexed that way. So, oh, we got Mary Shidsmith over here. All right.
Like we forgot to take down the Christmas decorations.
Yeah. Why not? My parents' Christmas tree is sitting on their front porch still. My dad gets to look at it from his hospital bed every day. He's like, yeah, I get to look out there and there's birds on it. I was like, oh, okay, Dad, you're entertained. Ugh. For anyone that doesn't know, my dad's dying of cancer right now. So he's bedridden. So we just make jokes about things now. All right. We got Alfred Maniago. Would there be any point in upgrading my Rome Warden 2024 157 wide to the Rome Freaker 2025 157 wide? 5'9", 225 pound size. Yeah, I mean, it's a stiffer board. And it's got a higher end base. It's basically the big brother. I mean, if you're feeling like your Warden's too soft, yeah, upgrade. You're a big boy. That 57 wide from the Freaker is going to be stiffer and probably be better for you.
Don't really know if you need the wide with the size 8 boot, but
yeah, you really don't need that 57 wide with the size 8, like
no.
At all.
But if you're used to the 57 wide and you like it, I guess stick with it. But
it's got the exact same shape.
Yeah.
So, you know.
But yeah, it's worth an upgrade, especially if your skill level has upgraded in itself. Like, you're gonna have a lot of fun then.
Yep. Ollie, some slow signs. I like this one. I like the super chat for Return of the Shred guy. Got a dynamo for Ice Coast. From hearing the reviews, at this point, I'm looking for spins. We'll give you a spin right there. It's spinning right round. Spray skiers.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Michael Jackson. Back in the day, did you ever get on Smoking snowboards? Were they decent? Smoking had a lot of really cool boards. And they had a lot of really fun shapes, and they were solid boards up until like the last 4 years. And then I swear to God, Jay was smoking meth or something. And literally, I think he was. And they just went to shit. And like they had such cool shapes. Like back in the day when Magna Traction came out, Jay looked at it and was like, I can do better, and hand bent the edges and made his own version of Magna Traction, which was better than the first generation of LibTech Magna Traction. It was hilarious. And then, like,
I worked with one of the reps for Smoking Snowboards, and Matt Kaufman. He had some of the greatest stories about Smoking Jay. Holy shit!
Oh my God!
But you know what? Every story pretty much ended with Jay really loves snowboarding. So that's what's awesome. It's his knowledge of snowboarding is great. It's his knowledge of how to do everything is poor. Like,
No. His knowledge on how to do everything was great. His implementation was poor. That dude could not run a business to save his life. I love Jay. Like, as a person, he was great. As a business owner, he was fucking atrocious. What he needed, this is literally what he needed to do, in my opinion, was you need to go find a kid that went to community college for a business and an associate business degree, 2 years of business school, and be like, hey, bud, we're going to pay you this much. You're going to handle customer service. You're going to handle this, and your job is to wrangle me.
Yeah.
And be like, I need to go do this. I need to do this. We need to order this. We need to do that. Because the boards were actually really good. And like, I rode with Jay a bunch of different times. And one of my favorites was at Keystone. We went up and we went down. There's that chairlift, that quad that comes back from the backside, from like over at the side. And he looked at me and I looked at him and I was like, there's a rope, let's duck it. And he's like, what? And I just ollied it. And I was riding like a 170 something KT 22 from him. And Jay was like riding like a 68 something. And he's like, dude, I wasn't expecting you to ollie that on that big ass board. And you just went for it. And I was like, dude, there's fucking pow to be spent. And I hit a rock halfway down. We get on the chair. I was like, dude, I hit a rock. And he looks at me. And we pull the bait. And it's fucking car shut. And he looks at me and goes, I can fix it. And he just didn't give a shit. He was so stoked to just smash pow.
Oh, speaking of ollieing ropes, when I was in Steamboat, on Tomahawk, if you go to like the left of it, they're like, this is closed, but it's always really good and deep.
Yeah.
The rope was low. We had these two guys that worked at like the tune shop there. They were riding with me and my buddy Jeff. Me and Jeff ollie the rope, no problem. Get a couple turns in, turn around, and we see this dude try to ollie the rope. He did not make it. He triple tomahawked, gets up like
Tomahawked on tomahawk?
He tomahawked on tomahawk. And for you guys out there that don't know what tomahawk is, it might be one of the flattest runs you'll ever see. And this guy just triple tomahawk, pops back
It's
up.
like
We're like,
this.
oh God. Yeah. We're like,
It's a solid 5-degree pitch.
Yeah. And we're like, oh God, is he okay? And he just pops up. He goes, you guys just keep going. I'll catch up. And we're like, okay, we're not stopping here because once you stop, you're not going again. But it was great to see somebody catch the rope and just fully go over the bars because I haven't seen that in years, I feel like. And, keeps you honest.
Oh, man. Fuck it.
But bless his heart for trying to keep up with us. Him and his buddy were just getting stuck left and right. And it was fun. They're learning the ways. They're figuring it out.
Avoid the clap. All right. I like this one from ya boy. Worst board you've ever reviewed? Soul Stick Pocket Rocket.
Battalion Cruiser from that 1 year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Soul Stick Pocket Rocket. How you made a POW board that can't ride POW? I don't know how the fuck he did that. Corin Edison, the guy that did it, his background comes from kayaking, whitewater, and he's like, I'm an Olympian. I was like, dude, you finished 27th of 28 people. Yeah, you went to the Olympics, but that's like a guy that graduates from med school, bottom of his class. Yeah, he's a fucking doctor. It's not the doctor I want working on me.
I wish they would tell you.
That guy just makes some of the shittiest boards, quality-wise, and he's always he's an inventor, and then he tries to sell his companies when he does it. But his snowboards are so fucking bad. Kevin, this is when Kevin worked with me. We gave him the benefit of the doubt because he showed up to the WWSRA demo at Copper. He had clickers on the board. Clicker hadn't come back yet.
Yes.
And we were I was like, this guy, and he was wearing a weird one piece. And I was like, board looks cool. Let's give him a shot. Sent us the board. Top sheet. They don't clean their cassettes. It had it looked like gummy worms had been pressed into the top sheet. So I take it. I get off the chair. I go up Super B, or I either went up Super B or Eagle. I think I went Eagle to Accelerator. No, I went up Super B. Yeah. So I go up Super B and I'm going to go out lower Enchanted. Strap in. Have ridden this board. That was the hardest turning board I've ever been in for a swallowtail. You had to throw your weight into the turn and basically let pop off your toe to get the edge to engage, then pop off your toe back to your heel. And so I went through lower Enchanted, rode the POW, hardest fucking thing in the trees. I'd probably hit bounced off 3 trees, took easy road on the side hits. And I was I'm going to go to Timberline, and Timberline had a line of people. So I looped it back around to go back to Center Village. I swear to God, I felt like I had just power squatted for 2 hours straight, 1,000 pounds. My legs were so destroyed. So Kevin goes to ride it for Can Kevin Carve It. And I warned him, I was like, hey man, this board is really weird and wonky when you ride it. And the first time he goes into a toe side turn, we've got this on film. He locks into it. He couldn't disengage the edge. It was at a basin right underneath the pally lift. You know where the snow fence is? We'd gotten so much snow. It was above the snow fence. He ended up laying down and digging his hands in to stop himself from shooting off over the fence into the rock field. Oh, and I was like, I looked at him and I go, if you don't want to ride this, we can take it down. He's like, no, we got to finish it. And he's like, I have to stay away from anything. And he said it was the scariest thing he'd ever ridden. Literally, you made a POW board that fucking, and the guy got so pissed at me. He sends me a clip and he's like, you said this thing couldn't ride POW. And he sends me a photo of him running into a tree on it. He's like, see, I'm right out. I was like, you fucking hit a tree. Like, you fucking hit a tree, you fucking fuck. Like, it sucked. And then the best is he said it went from me and it went over to James at the good ride. And he's like, this board is great. And I was like, yeah, because you're fucking leaning back. And this was back when he was fat, James. He's lost weight since then, but he would all his weight back on the tail. And he's like, this thing really turns off the back. And I was like, you're probably fucking sitting on that tail, muscling that thing. Worst fucking board I've ever written. Like, and the best part is the guy was like, if you didn't like it, you could have just told me and I would have sent you something else. And I was like, it's a review. You sent this board for review. I didn't even ask. I don't even think I asked for that board. I asked for like 4 other ones. And that's what he sent me. He sent me that one board. And I was like, and dude, he charges like a premium price for him, like $800 or something stupid like that.
Damn.
It's just fucking horrible. Like, it's just horseshit. Like, like, let's put it this way. I've ridden boards that were twisted coming out of the press, so they're not straight, they're not flat, you know? I'd rather ride one of those than that thing.
Yeah. At least it'll float.
Well, I rode so I've ridden like 4 or 5 boards that I gotten for review in the last 10 years that were twisted. They're always weird because, you know, like you got your toe contact point, your heel contact point, because the other two are elevated. So you like have to like really lay it flat, and then you have to understand how to ankle steer. And when you're going flat, they start to pull one way or the other. So they're so fucking weird. I'd rather ride that than that hunk of shit. That company just sucks it. And then he's been trying to make like these bindings lately. And I'm just like, dude, you sold your kayak companies for like a couple $1 million. Take the fucking money and just retire. Just fucking retire. Like, you don't. The funny thing is, like, he talks about how he reinvented the whitewater world in kayaking. You ask people about what he did in kayaking, and they're like, he's a kook. He's a kook there, too. And I'm like, oh, my God. He's a fucking kook in multiple disciplines. Fuck. You know, so. Got some more Mary Shidsmith going on. Ugh. Ugh. I like this question from Bearded Brother. What's the most awkward chairlift situation? What do you got?
Oh, when pretty much when anybody just tries to talk to you about snowboarding, they try to be like, hey, you know about this? And it's like, yep. Or they're like trying to like sell you on clues. That's the most awkward thing ever. You're like, I could rip you apart right now, but you might cry. Like, it's always so awkward. But my favorite thing to do.
I've made someone cry on the chairlift before.
Yeah. I remember you did it last year too with the Asian lady when we had that kid.
Oh my God, that fucking kook ass bitch.
Yeah.
Fuck. Fucking taking out Donic board. She can't even ride. She's got wrist guards that come up to here on her. And she's trying to tell us like everything. She's like, it's the law. It's like, there's no law in the Colorado Safety and Tramway Act. I was like, there's no law. Well, this needs to, and she's like telling us everything that we need to do. And I'm like, you're the one that got on with us. The chair behind us was empty. Like, you snaked on with us out of the blue. And that little kid from USASA, the best was when she asked him some questions and he just looked at her and he was like, no. Like, 10-year-old straight up told you that you're the kook. And then she fell getting off. And it was like, dude, she was literally using the free public demo at USASA as a free rental. Like, she shouldn't have been there.
And it was, like you said, it was one of those Donics that like custom race Donic, like, ooh, shit, like wide, like so wide. And it's like, okay, turtle butt pads, probably like maybe the Donic guy thought it would be funny, which I agree with him. That's pretty fucking funny.
That would have been fun. Like, the best is when she's like, she was being a cunt, and I threw it back in her face. She pulled her phone. She's like, I'm recording you. And I was like, okay, there's plenty of video of me on the internet.
Yeah.
Fucking care.
You'd be like, great, my fans will love this, actually.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I don't care.
Tag me in it.
She's just like, I'm scared. And I was like, then maybe you shouldn't be on a chairlift.
Yeah, he shouldn't have came on with us.
Like, she instigated the whole thing. That's the fucked up thing. Like, you and I were totally chill, just doing our thing. And everything she did was just it. And then it was just like she had to escalate. And you could tell she was an FOB from China. So fresh off the boat. And it was like, I've realized as we're getting a lot of them in Breck, They're very demanding and condescending. They think everyone's there to serve them. And she did not like that I was just going to throw it back in her face. Because I think at one point, didn't she even say, she's like, you couldn't even live here if it wasn't for me. And I was like, I could totally live here. I was like, you don't matter to me in one bit. You can fall off the chairlift and die. My life will go on. Literally, I won't even fill out the paperwork if they ask me. I'll be like, I didn't see anything. She was on the chair. She was off the chair. I don't know what fucking happened.
Is how it all started was we were sitting there and I looked over and I just see her yanking on the what is it, the lever to like pull down the bar. And I look over at you and you're just getting blasted in the top of the head by like, could you fucking stop? And she goes, Bar needs to come down. I'm like, no, Bar is staying up. You hopped on with us. Like, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
And that's when it all started. It was like, yeah, okay,
dude,
lady.
She clocked me like 15 times. And I'm like, lady, I am so tall, it's literally stuck on my head. Like,
yeah,
I have to lean you back for you to put this down. Like,
yeah,
fuck, you know, like.
Then there was another one last year where I don't know if it was probably awkward for him, not for us, but it was a bunch of us just hopped in the gondola, and we already had 6 people in there, and this old crusty skier, like 80-something-year-old, just hops in with us, and we're like, dude, there's nobody here. You didn't have to do that. And I just looked at him, and I was like, do you like to smoke reefer? And he goes, no, I hate it. And I was like, you just hopped in the wrong gondola. And he looked like, oh, shit, I got to get out of here. And, like, the door is just closed, and I just am looking at him. I looked at him and then just, like, pushed up the windows on it to close them. And he's like, oh, man. And I was like, we're just messing with you. We're not going to smoke in here or anything. But he's like, it's cool. You guys can. But it's like, no, we'll be respectful of it. But he just was like, I fucked up so bad by hopping in a gondola with all snowboarders. And
I had a guy try to sell me on the Orca like 3 years ago. And he was like your dimensions. And he was on the 59.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
And he told me, he's like, you have to size up on this board. I was like, oh, really? Yeah. He's like, yeah, I watched that Angry Snowboarder review. And he's just going on and on. And he's talking about this review and that. And as we're getting off, I just looked at it and I go, I never fucking said that in my review. And he was just like,
yeah.
Get that one a lot. I got recognized the other night at City Market. I like walk in. It's like fucking 9 o'clock. Like, I don't want to talk to anyone. I literally want to grab a pizza and pass the fuck out. Right? Like, I just got done talking to Ben for like 4 hours on what we're working on and shit. And this kid working there comes up. He's like, hey man, you're the Angry Snowboarder. You're the Angry Snowboarder, right? And I was like, what? What are you talking about? No, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, no, you look like him. I was like, I look like who? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, leave me. And he followed me around for like 10 minutes. And I was like, dude, I just want to buy my fucking groceries in peace. Why are you making this awkward?
Yeah. And then I last time I was up at Steamboat last week. No, it was 2 times ago when I was up there. I had a guy try to explain what Nidecker was to me.
Oh, how'd that go?
I just started laughing and was like, yeah. And then just like at the end of it was like, yeah, I know who the Nidecker guys are. Like, and he's like, oh, not a lot of people do. And I was like, yeah, they own half the industry. You better know who they are. He's like, they don't own that many companies. And I just started listing them off. And he's like, oh, okay. Like, and he had a Gamma. And we were talking about, I was like, I love that board. And I was on I was on the bench warmer at the time. And he's like, yeah, I like ride boards, but like this board's better and all that. And I'm like, yeah, they're both fine boards. Like, they both do everything I've asked of them and everything. And then at the end of it, he's like, oh shit, you actually know. And it's like, yeah, you tried to mansplain Nidecker to me and you got told.
I went on a date with this chick down in Denver one time, and she was friends with the wife of the owner of Marhar. And I guess they were trying to warn me that she was batshit insane, that's a whole other thing. But anyways, we went over to her best friend that lived there's boyfriend's house. And the guy's like, I just bought this new LibTech. And he proceeded to tell me every misinformation thing you could have ever seen on the internet to me and try to explain snowboarding to me. And he's like, where do you live? And I was like, downtown Breckenridge.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, so you like probably ride like 20, 30 days. And I was like, and after the year I got like 223. And I was like, I rode 223 days last season. And he was like, oh, so you kind of like know. I was like, I literally ride snowboards for a living. And
Yeah.
he's like, oh, well, what do you think of this board? And I was like, do you want my honest opinion? Or do you want me to lie to you and not make you second guess your life choices? And he's like, and I was like, you want the second one. It'll be a great board for you. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Those 5 laps you do in between that $100 in beer you drink every weekend on
Yep.
Saturdays after you spent 4 hours getting to the mountains. And he was like,
Yeah.
what's that supposed to mean? What do you do on Saturdays? And I was like, I don't know, sleep till 11, get up and go sit in the hot tub till noon.
Yeah.
I was like,
Stay away from it.
yeah, I was like, I'll go up on Saturday. That's for the peasants. Yeah. All right.
Actually, now that I think about it, the most awkward chairlift ride I've ever had was we hopped in the gondola, me, Isaiah, and a couple other dudes from the shop. And there were a bunch of old ladies in the shop. And I started talking about Native American mythology. It's pretty disgusting if you go like deep into it, where people are covered in piss and shit. And these ladies are looking at me like, what the hell? And I was like, yeah. And then everybody was on the back of a turtle. And she's like, what is this guy on right now? And Isaiah's like trying to stop me from like talking about it. And I was like, no, it's cool. It's mythology. And these ladies are just like scooting closer and closer away from me. And I wish I could like remember exactly what I was saying, like, because this is 3 years ago when I was still in school. I was like, man, I really wish I could have remembered what the actual, because it just got worse and worse as you went to different worlds. And it was like so fucking funny where they were like, he's still going with this. And it's like, yeah, this doesn't get any better.
Yeah, I like to, if people try to spark up a conversation and I find them boring, I'd be like, hey, you guys heard about the guy that fell off the chairlift last week and died, right? So weird. He said a bunch of stupid shit to me and then I threw him off and no one ever said anything. Anyways, we got the spray clousers. So remember to spray clousers. It's the best. Yeah.
They're normally the ones sitting in the middle of the run for no reason.
Yeah. All right. I'll take this one from Smashitty. Amplit board for a Sam Squanch that doesn't ride switch. Size a US 12, 225, 6'3". Loved your videos on the Safari and the Big Kahuna. Have you looked at the Morning Glory too? But those three right there are all solid. Like they're fun boards. Just comes down to like what you want out of the edge control and what you want out of the float. So
yeah. They make a singular big enough, don't they?
Is it 62 or 66?
I thought it was like a 62 wide or something, but I could be wrong, or 63 wide. I don't remember.
That reminds me.
But I would check that one.
I got to email Peter at Amplit and try to get a catalog and talk to him because they're redoing the graphics for next year. So might as well make you ride the whole line.
Bring it around. We got 300 products coming this year.
Well, we did 200. We finished out last season at 216, and then we did the stragglers. That put us to 225. So we did 225 reviews between the two of us. Do I want to do that much again? Not really.
No.
Like,
do we have to, though? Probably.
We just need to make more money so we can hire more people to do more reviews, and then we can expand everything we're doing. And as we expand everything, we become the dominant force in snowboarding, and then we crush all of our competitors in front of us.
Yeah.
Lament their women.
And then Nidecker buys us like everybody else now.
Fuck it, write me a goddamn check. I'm moving to Japan and buying a ton of Akaya houses. I'm buying like a whole block in one of the base areas of one of the villages by the resort, and I'm just renting everything at that point. And all it's going to be is come ride with Uncle Averin and have meals with me while I tell stories about snowboarding. That's it. It's going to be like Rocky Balboa, where Stallone's got the restaurant. He just goes around and tells stories, and that's it. And serves food to people. That's going to be me. That's all I want to do. That's my whole life now. Fuck it.
I like it. Just crab rangoons and stories.
Oh shit. Oh man.
You good? You back?
Give me a minute.
Okay.
All right. Sorry. I don't know. All right. Anyways, give this guy. Oh, we got the reverse spin. Small sticker pack. There you go. Make sure you email us info@angrysnowboarder with your mailing address, and we'll get that in the mail to you probably later this week. So, yeah. Okay. All right. We'll take this one from Wally. What are some of your favorite K2 boards currently? Really like the Passport. Passport, really, really good board. Almanac's kind of cool. I like that. Hypnotist, that's another fun one. And I always love the Gateway and the Gateway Pop. Those boards are solid. What about you, sir?
The Team Manifest, like top 2, top 3 of my favorite boards ever.
Current boards only.
Oh, current boards only. Sorry. The Alchemist then for sure. That Passport was super fun. Honestly, the Excavator was awesome too. That thing can cut through a lot of shit. And this one's not current, but I still love my Cool Bean. I still love that board. I still love that thing, and I know you do too. It's so sick.
If they brought back the Cool Bean, I'd buy 3 of them right now.
Mm-hmm. And I really did like the World Peace when I wrote it. Like, that board was surprisingly fun for the profile and for who it's made for. Like, it can hold up to a lot. I took that to North St. Pat's and Steamboat. I was like, you know what? Let's ride this board. Let's see what happens on like a foot pow day. And it actually flew through there and floated really well. So I was a big fan of that one too.
That board's actually really good too. Jay Stone makes some really good boards. He does.
Mm-hmm. So, he does.
Which may or may not have an interview lined up with him soon.
Maybe. Who knows?
Who knows? Ollie slow signs.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Ooh. From Lee Lewis, what's a great board for aggressive carving that also has great pop? Like, do you want a carving board with pop, or do you want a board that can carve with pop? That's the thing. So Megadeth's got a ton of pop to it. Good edge hold on there. You can really crank a carve with it. You can rail a hard carve, and if you really, really aggressively load up the free Carver 9000, you can get it to pop. 6000 is a little more approachable.
Yeah.
In that regard.
I mean, the Aeronaut holds an aggressive edge. The Alchemist, like I just mentioned. Yep. Deepfake, Alchemist, Stratos.
Flagship Pro.
You know what? The Tweaker Pro, actually. That thing can hold an edge like no one's business.
It's got like this much camber.
Yeah, it does. And the effective edge on it is like 6 centimeters longer than the board actually is. So there's that too. Who else we got? Oh, the Nitro Beast or the Nitro Team Pro also can hold an edge really well and go to the moon.
Pantera.
Nitro
Pantera.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then the Rome Ravine Pro as well. That'll do both for you.
Yeah. All right, let's get this man a spin. Shop Blower, blowerboardshop.com.
Mm-hmm. They got it all.
Well, this is a good one from Johnny Ryan. Oh, what has a similar feeling binding to the Solomon District Pros with more adjustability? So that's that quantum base with that team high back on there. So realistically, the Rome Katana, like something like that, it's going to be a little more rigid in the heel. I guess you could say the Ultra from Union, to an extent, it's going to feel the same underfoot.
Yeah. Well, you can rotate the high back on that without actually giving yourself forward lean because there's no forward lean. So
Well, it comes with it's got 5 degrees,
3.
7 degrees, something like that naturally.
I thought it was like 3, but yeah,
it's more than that.
It
Like I
comes with
looked
a
at it one
limit.
time. Like if you look at like the angle of it, it's actually like 5 degrees. But
Okay.
everyone's forward lean is different. So
Mhm.
because I remember back in the day, we used to, when I rode Drakes, we would ride them with 2 clicks of forward lean, and it was basically still almost straight up and down. It was like this. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So let's see what else. Is there anything?
I was trying to think
Oh,
what
you might
battalion
like
would it.
the K2 program, or not the program, the bond.
Mhm.
Yeah. So there's
Yep.
some options for you. Click the links, people. I'm not answering that question. Let's see. I'm not answering that. Ooh, here we go. From Jack Ward, would you rather have the Capita Megadeth or the GNU Banked Country?
Megadeth.
Megadeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want a fucking
100%.
Ferrari. I want a goddamn Ferrari. That's actually, no, take that back. Lamborghini. Sorry.
There you go.
I want a Lamborghini. Can't be a Ferrari. They get really in Lamborghini. No, it's a Lamborghini. Yep. They work with
big
Lamborghini.
Tractor guy.
Yeah, big tractor. Love their big tractors.
Yep.
Probably the only Lamborghini I could afford.
Probably can't even afford that one, honestly.
Hey, I can buy a Fiero with a Lambo body kit.
You can do that.
Yeah,
I would go Megadeth. Just
me too.
I mean, for what they're both made for, I think the Megadeth's better. You're also paying almost twice as much, but you get what you pay for sure.
Yeah, that's a Sunday. That's a special day board for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, my buddy Brian got one this year, and he's ridden it once. That Steamboat's been getting crushed with snow, and he's like, I listened to what you said, and I know it's not a daily driver. I was like, awesome. I love that, dude. And he loves that board.
The people that actually listen, when because I said it in the first review, I was like, this is not a daily driver. The people that have listened, I feel are like the happiest people with it. The people that are like, this is my everyday, and it fucking failed me because I hit a fucking ton of rocks in the preseason. I'm like, well, you're a fucking moron. You got what you deserved, Drew.
Do you take your Lamborghini mudding as well? Like, don't be an idiot.
Yeah. We got some more Mary Shitsmas going on.
Mm-hmm.
And because of this comment, you don't get a spin from DazTube. I'll forever mourn the death of Switch step-in system, but I really do love my. You're the only one mourning it. It was the shittiest system. Shit.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
The Switch bindings that used to click in from the side, so you put one in and then step down from it.
Okay.
We used to have them at the rental shop I worked at, and I used to have to cobble those things to fucking together forever because the soles would rip off because the boots were bulky. It was the shittiest fucking system.
People still, when I worked at Powder Tools last, people still were coming in with that. Be like, you got glue? I need to glue this back on. And you're like, no, don't do that.
Here we go. We'll take this one from Jonah Childs. What's the most damp binding you've ever ridden? I'm really.
I haven't ridden it, but Phantom I've heard. Otherwise, I would say the one I've ridden.
It's kind of so. It's either the Phantom or the Battalion Atom with the thicker canted footbed on it. That's it. Like those two are probably the two most damp bindings I've ever ridden. So
yeah, I would agree with the Phantom for sure, or with the Atom for sure. Actually, like that. That's one of those bindings. It's kind of weird how damp it is.
Yeah. Yep. Shop Gravity board shop at Copper. It's our local shop. You should totally do it. Let's see.
I actually see a question that I can't answer, but I have the same problem.
I like this one from Mike B. Fashionably late, thanks to current storm. Please set the record for these rocking gilts and sack riding kooks claiming they're snow certified and new flat bases are. Fucking, has anyone seen the new targeted ads from Gilson? Like,
No, but
oh
I
my
see.
God. I think it's hilarious that they haven't blocked me. So I go in there and I'll be like, these are the biggest pieces of shit, and no one defends them anymore. Their fan base doesn't, like, their boards are such shit. Like, it's so fucking, God, dude, Gilson is so shitty. Like, I'm so at a point where I might just actually literally buy one to break it and like cut it in half and show how bad it is, and just like go over everything that's wrong with it. Like, the company's such ass.
Well, I mean, if it turns out how the Clue turned out, it would actually become profitable. Like, even with buying a board, like, it would still actually be worth it. And it would be worth to get people to actually stay into snowboarding instead of getting one of those and be like, this is a stupid ass sport.
Okay, okay. So we got this side right here, right? And you can see how thick it is. Now we bring it over and we look at this side and it's thinner. You can visually, you can see it's fucking thinner.
That's true. That's weird.
And that's because of the way that it's pressed. Like, this shit is just so jank. Like, it's so janky. It's just, Nick Gilson doesn't snowboard, but I love that his argument is, we've never seen any video of Avery riding. And I was like, well, come on out to Copper.
Yeah.
Come on out. And I love that last year he was like, you need to say that you will ride our board and film it. And I was like, why would I go out of my way to film me riding your shitty ass board when I don't do that for companies 10 times your size? I tell you what you need to fucking know. If you want to see me ride, you either show up to Thirsty Thursday, you come out to Copper, and you see me ripping around. Mm-hmm. We do have like a men's league thing kind of starting. It's really weird.
Working on it.
The Colorado guys have kind of just appropriated it. It's kind of their thing, and I just show up to it, and I'm like,
hey, that's fine. You know? Is it tomorrow?
It might be. I know MB got into town, but his luggage is still in London.
Oh shit!
Yeah, dude, that poor guy.
Does MB need anything?
Delayed flights, bumped flights. I think he spent something like 24 hours flying. Like, just had to. It's like that dude. He's at Steven's house right now. He's just like, I ate a breakfast burrito. Where are my guns and fireworks? He's just like, he's all about America now. Pretty sure he bought a Dale Earnhardt hat and some Realtree.
Hell yeah.
You know,
he's applied
for his gun permit.
Nice.
You know, like, no, that poor guy. They were going to take him to Copper today, and I was like, let the man fucking sleep. He's had the most anxiety-driven, like, he's traveling international to a country where he barely knows the people he's going to stay with, and it's like, you know, he's struggling. Like, I feel bad for him. Like, fuck. You know, but he's here. So he's the one that so far has traveled the furthest for Thirsty Thursday.
Yes. But he didn't make it with your pants, it sounds like. Your pants are still in London.
They'll get here when they get here. If they aren't, I've got the receipt. The airline will reimburse him for it, and I'll get the cash. I don't care.
Well, the thing is, does he need anything since his shit hasn't showed up?
You got to remember, he's staying with Ruff.
He's fine.
That man's got like 9
He's fine.
snowboards. He's fine. Like,
he's fine. Does he need a jacket? Like,
if he needs outerwear, he can rock some vintage L1. He'll look great. Put him in some shit that's like 20 years old, and he'll you know, he just responded. He's like, yo, I'm out here struggling. This poor man. Don't worry, man. We'll make it up. We'll make the trip to America better than the actual trip getting to America.
Yeah.
You know.
You ever had Malort, MB? I might have a shot of Malort laying around that I'll bring you.
Why would you torture this poor man?
Because then it can only go up from there.
I don't know. On our Discord, like, the adventures of him getting to here but the best was Steven took a photo of him deep throating a burrito. He was just like, just housed the damn thing. So That's okay. He's made it. He's made it. But no. Watch some shred flicks. Watch some shred flicks. All right. Had to put some question. It said if you need bindings, buy Clue. And just so you know, yes, I know that Clue runs ads on this channel. It's a war of attrition that we need to win. They're literally advertising on a channel that tells people not to buy their fucking product.
Crazy.
It's a win-win. We've made money off that review. We're making money from that. They're paying us money to tell people not to buy their product.
I do love when you guys do tell us, be like, hey, yeah, I just got a Clue ad, because I think that's funny. That's great to me.
Yeah.
But there is one from Sean that I would like you to answer, because I'm having the same problems, actually.
Where is it? Go down. Pull it up.
I pulled it up for you.
From Sean Quinn, getting a pinch point on the middle of my shin at the top of my ride fuses. Any idea to adjust or expedite the break-in process? So my guess is,
and a little extra on this is I've only had this happen on this pair of boots I currently have right now, and I noticed it last week, and I'm like, this is annoying, but I can't figure out what it is.
Can you tell me where the pinch point is? Is it like in the middle here?
Where's my boot? Let me grab a boot really quick, and I'll show you.
Because I think I know what this is, and I think I know how to fix it.
Because what I think it is I think it's right here. This is where I'm getting it, is right where the overlap. I can't see it. Sorry, right where the overlap.
It's right there where the overlap is in the burrito liner. Okay. So
that's my problem.
So this is really easy. We need to take a heat gun and a rubber mallet. Hit it with the heat gun, lay it flat, and just hammer it with the rubber mallet, and it'll break the foam down and push it out. That's it.
Because I'm gonna ask our reps and be like, did you guys change, or did Intuition change the foam at all? Because I've had, what is it, 7 pairs of these now, and this is the first time I've had it.
They did change the foam because the new Thraxis doesn't fit my foot with the new liner in there. I had to put the old liner in to get them to break in, and I don't know if I can ride those new liners. But yeah. So what it is right where that overlap is. It's probably just a hair thicker, even a millimeter or so. It'll break in, but if you really need to expedite it, hit it with a heat gun. Do not put it right up next to it. Just back. You want it warm to the touch, and then basically you either lay it flat with a mallet and you hammer it, or if you've got 2 like scrapers or something, metal scrapers, put them one on the inside, one on the outside, and C-clamp them, like as many clamps as you can to smush it. Basically, you've got to kind of smush it out a little bit, and that, or you could do a heat mold on the liner, but you want it, if you're going to not on the stacks, you have to go to a shop that has the convection oven, and you put it in the convection oven. Only do it for about like 5 minutes to heat it up, because you don't need to heat mold the whole liner. You just need to do the top, get it soft and malleable, and when you tighten it down, over tighten it, like to the point your feet are turning blue in there. And then when you loosen it back up, that should have packed it out. That would be my takeaway. That's how I would fix it. So
yeah, I've just been gritting my teeth and figuring it out. It'll go away as my thought process. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna put so many days on these things that I need them to last.
Yeah, no, that's exactly like that. That's, well, you got 2 pairs. What are you worried about?
I might have the same problem with the second pair. That's what I'm worried.
Well, that's why you
right
fix
now.
them on the first liner and you shove them in the shell of the new one.
Yeah, I like a fresh liner though. I like that. Just like crunch my foot, make me feel like I am one with this boot.
Man, I want my liner fully packed out right where it needs to be. Like, I know that I can get 2 seasons out of a liner, but the shell is what does me in. If K2 would just sell old Thraxis shells, I would have probably just bought like 5 pairs and be like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
You lose. That's a rough one. Let's see. Let's find some stuff. I want to take this super chat from Orion. Man, the Kemper sales crazy thoughts. They're out of business. Whoever's selling it is a liquidator. They bought the assets and they're blowing it up. Kemper had pallets of boards and they're selling them for like $110. So you can get a nice Fortnite graphic.
You remember when Shaun White was riding Kemper for a little bit there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then
Probably put him out of business.
And then he started Whitespace with Jib, who ran Kemper, and they were going to have the boards built at GP87. And then he said, fuck it, and moved down the road to that other factory, which has lower quality.
Yep.
I really don't want to ride. Oh, we should check on our poll for the night.
Yeah, we should check on the poll.
Well, we got 310 votes. Should we review Whitespace? 47% said yes. 17% said no. 14% said white spaces with white faces. And 22% said no safe spaces. So we're going to end that poll. The people want it. Do we give it to them? Like, can you even buy those at shops? Like, let me check.
I don't know. I haven't seen. Is that a direct-to-consumer thing? If that's a direct-to-consumer thing, I really don't want to do it then. That makes it even worse.
You know, Backcountry. So
that makes it even worse.
Buckman's has them on clearance, so we could do it. Amazon has them. No, dude, I really don't want to ride them because my theory on this is if we don't give them any notification, like maybe they'll just go away, you know, like we don't give them any validation. And
my thought process is there are so many other companies that have helped us out that we have to get to first. And so many other smaller companies that are actually in it for snowboarding and like nerd and stuff. And I don't want to cannibalize their sales or take away from their time just because Shaun White makes his own goddamn snowboard. Like,
if I had to choose between what brand to bring in right now, it's either going to be United Shapes or Whitespace. I'm probably going to go United Shapes. If I have to choose between Friday Snowboard Company out of Hood or Whitespace, I'm going to go with George. He's always been cool to me, and I'm going to go with that because that like if we sell 10 boards for Friday Snowboard Company, that's George paying rent for a couple months for his business, you know? And doing that. We sell 10 boards for Whitespace, they're not even going to know or care.
No. They're giving away more than they're selling at this point, I think. Too.
Oh, yeah. They're flooding. All the little kids at Copper are riding Whitespaces or Never Summers or Solomons, it looks like.
And I will say, like, good for them for getting, like, boards in the hands of, like, people that need them, like those kids and stuff. But it's also setting a really bad precedent for the industry where those guys, like Jackie that I know, he's a great rider. He's getting like 4 or 5 boards from. He used to be on ride. They used to be able to afford him one board, one boot, one binding, that sort of thing. But with what Whitespace is doing is they're like, here, take 5 boards, go break them, go do whatever you want. And it just sets a bad precedent for the industry to where, like, yeah, those kids that can't afford all those boards, they're going to go to Whitespace because they can get 5 boards a year. And it's like not helping the actual companies that are in turn going to turn around and help them back, especially if they do become something. And then once they retire from competing, because they'll realize competing really doesn't go anywhere in snowboarding anymore.
Doesn't.
And it's like, once you get that, like, you know, where are they going to go? Like, I assume Shaun is going to do exactly what Burton did to him, where it's, you're not useful to us anymore. Later, dude. Like, and that's the thing where real snowboard companies can't afford to be giving out boards like that. They actually take the time and like get rid of their seconds and their defective boards, and they don't just try to give them out to the general public or whatever.
Yeah, that's where I was going. A lot of those are defective seconds from what I've seen.
Oh yeah.
And the other thing is, I mean, I was talking with Sean and Tommy today and John, and we were talking about this, and I was like, genius to give those kids boards, but the problem is, are their parents buying boards? That's who's got the money. Like when we look at our audience, you guys buy. Yeah. You guys buy a lot. Like when we ask you to click the links, you guys show up and click those links and consume. And I'm like, is is a 35-year-old guy with no kids really going to want a white space? Fuck no. That guy's like, dude, I want an algorithm. I want a shadow ban. I want a freaker. I want a yes greats, you know? And I was thinking about it and I'm like, man, it doesn't align with my thoughts on snowboarding. The outerwear is whack as fuck. Like, you know, yeah, he's got dragon goggles with his name on it. Cool. I'd rather just support dragon. Yeah.
Oh, I thought they kind of took those frames from Dragon, and it was kind of that same factory type of deal that like they're like
maybe it is. I don't know. We'll have to ask Nate next week.
Okay.
Let's see. But I thought it was like a licensing agreement, but still, I just don't care. I'm waiting to see what shitty binding he's going to come out with, you know, because you know it's going to happen. And then he's going to do shitty boots. It's kind of like, just so everyone knows, there is an Outdoor Master flagship store in Whistler right now. And it's so fucking stupid to me that but they're making board boots and bindings. I figured out where I can order a sample pair of their bindings from the same factory on Alibaba for $100. I'm trying to figure out what boot it is because, like, you know, but it's that kind of shit where I look at it and I was like if you go to the White Space website, he's got one of those Burton Pow boards. He's selling it as a White Space version for $1,800, and I'm like, ew, gross. Gross. It's like gross. Just gross, you know. And part of me is just like, I don't think we should work with them. I just don't want to.
Well, it doesn't align with our core values of try to go into the shop, support your local shop, and all that. And as you just pointed out, Backcountry's not a local shop. They tried to sue the industry for using Backcountry in the name. So
well, here, just so everyone knows why we don't do an affiliate with Backcountry, they changed their terms with us so that if we sent a sale, you clicked it, but their gear guru guide, whatever the fuck it is, popped up the, hey, would you like to know more? Instantly, even if you didn't say anything and closed it, it would flag it as they sold it internally. So we had over a 50% return rate from everything that we sent to Backcountry the last year we did with them. That dropped our sales down because we ended up losing something like $10,000 in commissions because of that, even though literally you were going to buy it. And so that's why we 86'd them. And then, you know, there was the suing the industry and stuff. So fuck Backcountry. I'm not dealing with that. Like, I'm
not for sale.
Fucking going out of business, going to join Curated. I'm okay with that. I'm like, fuck it. If you are a small shop and you watch us and you've got a Shopify store, reach out. Let's set up an affiliate program. You might make a sale, you might not. We'll go over. We'll figure out what we can do. But
we'll try to get traffic towards you.
We'll send you traffic.
You guys out. Yeah,
I know that. Like looking at what we did for Gravity, like Steve even said, he's like, dude, I haven't seen traffic like that in forever. And I'm like, nobody bought anything, but we sent traffic.
We're trying.
Yeah, we're still sending traffic. That's fine. I'd rather do that. But, you know, it's like, yeah, I'm not impressed with White Space. Every time I see someone riding one and they're like, oh, I just took it out of the wrapper, it literally looks like a factory second. Like one of Jackie's boards, I pointed it out. I was like, do you see the sidewall? You could see that it had pushed up into the top sheet. And I was like, it's like starting to bend.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Sean, you got to spend more time in the factory getting rid of those seconds. Figure it out.
Literally, all he has to do is you hire a local guy for about $8,000 to $10,000 US, and their job is, as everything's getting ready to be boxed up, they look at it, they lay it flat, they true bar it, whatever. They look at it and go bent, and they put them to the side, and they take them to the factory, and they go, you either need to remake these or credit the account. That's it. That's what they do. What the factory does with those, they probably sell them to a rental shop in Argentina or something. But
who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit? They're fucking not out there. Like, you know, it's just, yeah, it's kind of convoluted like that. So I don't know. Yeah. So I don't know. I think we're just going to say no to it. Like, that's where I'm at. So. You know,
we have way too much on our plate, especially after looking at all of the catalogs for next year. There's a lot of new stuff from almost every company. So,
oh my God. So it's Capita Union in Rome Just those 3 companies asking for stuff. I think it's like 25 pieces between the 3 of them, maybe 30.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. So I'm like, so before I hired you, the best year I ever had was 100. I did 136 pieces by myself. So on average, I was doing 100. So if that's 30 pieces, I mean, that's almost a third of what I would do right there. So no, like it's fun. And the other thing is the amount of companies are like, hey guys, when can we get you stuff? We're like, oh, fucking
right
doing
now.
this 20 years and you guys have never been this excited about it. So
yeah,
let's give this man a spin. But yeah, it's spray skiers, and Sean White. My friend Alex has sprayed Sean White every year that he's come to Copper. Actually, every year that he's come to Summit County since Alex moved here, he has been able to spray him. And the best was he got him the one year. I think it was the first year the Dew Tour was at Copper. It was like a 14-inch pow day, and Alex sent him to the fucking white room. And Sean was just like, he came out of it and was like, what the fuck? And Alex was like, gotcha. And I think Sean, like he said, Sean looked at him and was like, oh, fuck, it's that guy. He got me again.
See, that's what I was going to say. It'd be really funny if he wore the same kit every year and Sean just started to remember and be like, son of a bitch, who is this guy? Like, why is it every time I come here, it's this one guy?
Yeah, right? Like,
because that would be hilarious.
Yeah. You know, yeah, I don't know, man. It's oh well. There was one in here I saw it. I'm trying to find it because I thought it was funny. Where is it? This was a good. Maybe it's up here. It's like the last question I really want to take. Someone was saying that they were playing rental shop bingo.
I saw that too, and I've been thinking about that for them.
Yeah, where is it? I've got to find it because this one is good. All right, let's see. Well, I see MB still struggling, but that's whatever. Where is it? Okay, fuck, where is it?
That should be found it.
You found it?
Yep.
Okay, return to the trick guy. Yep. Playing resort bingo with my rental staff. Any ideas? Targeted ad guy. Clues are okay. Yeah. Okay. So you got it. So you have what we call the unicorn. Insta 360 mounted to a rear rock while wearing some kind of like Snowboard or one of those shitty outerwear companies, riding a Gilson with clues. That's the unicorn. That should be the centerpiece of the bingo card. That's that. Then you should have you got to have the clues. You should have person, guy's pants stuck in step-on binding. Person that didn't unstrap their ski or step out of their skis and walk through the base area with them on. Let's see.
Skiing in jeans and a Carhartt.
Jeans and a Carhartt. That's always a good one. Since you're in the rental shop and you're going to have to talk to person, I'm a level 3+.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's a good one.
Needing help to put their ski boots on. That's a big one. You'll get
or
that
get
one.
them off.
Or get them off. I'm just too tired.
That could be two separate spots in there. And then let's see.
Helmet goes on backwards when they put it on. When you hand it to them, facing them, and they'll just grab it and just put it on just straight up backwards and be like, nope, spin that thing around.
Yep. Yeah.
Get that one a lot.
A good one. Gear that is old enough to have fought for this country, legally voted, started a family, graduated college, and their kids are now fighting for this country. You know, shit that remembers Bill Clinton's first administration.
If you have lace-up boots and the kids don't know how to tie your boots, have that one on there, because I've seen that a lot. Be like, you're just going to go ahead and tie this, and they'll be like, what do you mean tie? Like, what? Like, I've had people not know how to tie their shoes.
Pants tucked into the boots.
Yep. Gator tucked into the boots as well.
Yeah.
You're like, this metal thing's digging into my leg, and you're like, yeah, no shit.
Fanny pack.
Fanny pack? I mean, obviously, we have to have the turtle butt pad on there.
Turtle butt pads. Yep, that's a good one. One shitty one piece, like a Tipsy Elves or something.
Yep.
Or the couple with the matching one pieces.
Mm-hmm.
The guy
that smells like
the
a
guy
bar.
that literally rips his vape as you're handing him his boots.
Yep, that'll happen.
Yeah, that one will. The guy that people complaining about the price of everything.
Yep. Do you know how much money I spent to be here? Same as everybody else, dude.
Yeah, exactly. What are the let's see.
Ooh, asking for a discount.
I know the owner. I know the owner guy.
Yep.
What else you got? Anything?
I mean, just asking for a discount in general in peak season. Like, or if you do like hook them up and I don't know how to state this one, but when you do hook them up and you're like, yeah, bring a case of beer for the boys, and they come back with natural light. That's one.
They don't even come back with a case. They come back with a 6-pack and it's missing one.
Yeah. Sorry, they're out of 6-packs, only 5s. Like,
fuck that one. The guy that's renting for him and his girlfriend, and he's going to teach her to snowboard.
Yes.
That's a big one.
Mm-hmm. And then you can also have on there, they come back within an hour as well, if you want a little bonus action.
Yes. The broken Burton binding, I need a replacement, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Or even the guy that knows what he's talking about, or I've had this happen a few times, and they come back and their stance is completely different than when we set it up. And that's a big one. And then you have to ask their girlfriend, be like, so he messed with this? And they'll be like, yeah, he didn't know how to work a screwdriver.
Screwdrivers are hard.
Screwdrivers are hard. They go 2 ways. Left and right.
Gingerly touch tips.
Yours is looking a little worn. Mine's actually not that bad.
Well, yeah, this was a promo from Nitro. This thing's probably 15.
Is it really?
Oh. Yeah. I got this at SIA in Vegas when Josh worked for Nitro.
This one's not even a company anymore.
Jesus. That's okay. You want to see a good one? This came in a vintage pair of L1 pants that I bought.
That's cool.
Like,
I used to have the 686 belt with all that shit on it. And
I've got that sitting right over there, the studded belt. I guess that's 686 is talking about bringing that back. And now that everyone's like starting to get more retro, I'm like, do I start riding with that thing again? That's heavy though.
It is heavy.
That thing is so heavy compared to my arcade belt. Holy shit.
Okay, and the last one, because I like what Mike B said, is, you know, just a pod of orcas out there. You see the whole family on them.
Oh, if you're going to do that, you also have to have the non-English speaker with step-ons and orca. Or here's my new personal favorite: the guy with the split board with regular bindings that doesn't know it's a split board. Yesterday at the Basin,
that's a good one.
On a Jones women's split board, sitting down on the beach to strap in to ride over to Pally. And he had that much toe overhang. It was ridiculous. I watched him go up Pally, and he couldn't skate. And I was like, does this dude not even know? Does this guy know he's got on a split board? I don't even think he did.
Probably not. Probably doesn't even know that board doesn't fit him either. So,
dude, this much toe overhang, fucking ridiculous. Like, yeah, that's always a good one. But here's a bonus one. If someone sits by the outside fire pit, if your resort has one, and they set their boots on fire.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a really good
one. Or
a
boot comes back melted because they
Have you ever had that happen when you worked in the shop?
Oh, yeah. It was always during Texas week because they would they're wearing their boots. They get all drunk in their boots like when they're at the concerts, and like, I know how to dry them. I'll put them right next to the fireplace, and then they come back and like the whole face is melted, and like they're like, so what do we do about this? I'm like, you pay for those.
You pay for those.
That's what we do.
Yeah, that's always a good one. Someone that comes in with a broken board. I was just riding along. Got to have the just
Yeah,
riding
that's
along person on that too.
I love hearing that. I was just riding and I didn't even notice. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, that's
That's a good one.
that's like, oh my god. That
Or
one.
when you ask somebody,
Someone with their bindings on backwards ratchets in.
yep. Oh, that was gonna be kind of what I was saying. When you ask them, when's the last time you tightened your bindings? They're like, never. I've never touched them. And you're like, okay, that's a good one too. Because that's more often than not. You're like, I'm missing an ankle strap. Well, when's the last time you tightened it? Never. Okay.
I can't tell you up at Steamboat, I always seem to find like Union heel straps right off of right off by the gondola.
Yep. Did I ever tell you about the time we found one of the guys Falcor straps and then I sold it back to him? His own
No.
strap? Yeah. So Carl was walking in the shop after riding one day. She goes, "Hey, I found this Falcor strap." Or she goes, "I found this Union strap. Somebody's probably going to come in looking for it." And I look at him like, it's a Falcor strap because it was the one with the 2 pins in it when they tried it that one year, and then they went back to the screw with the pin. But he comes in and he's like, "Hey man, I need a toe strap." I was like, "Let me guess, it's for a Falcor in a medium." He goes, "Yeah, how'd you know?" I was like, "Just a lucky guess, man. Throw it up here." And I pop it on his board, and I was like, "Yeah, that'll be $20 cash." And he's like, "Cash?" And I was like, "Yeah, cash, dude." And he's like, "All right." It gets me back out there, gives me the $20. I pop it in the tip jar, and then he walks away, leaves, and like a couple people look at me, and they're like, "Did you just sell that guy his toe strap back?" And I was like, "Yeah." I feel kind of bad about it, but still one of the funniest things I've ever done was sold the man his own toe strap. And if he's out there, he was a trooper about it, you know?
You're such a capitalist.
Hey,
I love it.
We had to pay for our trip somehow, and $20 is $20, man. But yeah, I always thought that was funny. I was like, that's a good one. Could have charged him more. I could have sold him a brand new toe cap set, and that would have been like $60. So
Yeah, exactly. That's genius. Genius. So since you're in the rental shop, the person that returns with someone else's gear.
yeah, yep, that's a big one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Bonus points if it doesn't even have like anything similar. Like those boots definitely didn't fit those skis.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's just like that one's too funny. Let's see. Oh, someone with rotational bindings of some sort. You got to see that. Yeah, that's a good one. Or someone with their stance set all the way forward, so they got more tail than nose.
Yep, that's a great one. Just set it backwards, even like
And
you're riding.
Don't forget the old school leg leash.
Yes. Not even the one that goes like just straps to your laces. It goes all the way around the leg.
Yeah, like around your thigh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's always a good one. Let's see what else. Someone riding in a bike helmet.
Yeah, that's a really good one too.
Yeah, that's.
Or if they walk into the shop with the blinking light on their GoPro, just still going, they're videotaping everything. That's always a good one.
They're just raw dogging footage, man.
Yeah. They need the whole day.
Nobody wants to watch that 8 hours of you walking around the base area. Oh man,
Maybe your
I don't know. I feel like we covered everything.
Mike T also says motocross helmet. That is a big one that you'll see out
Oh yeah,
there.
the full face. The full face. Brat, 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 brat. I make motorcycle noises at them. Brat, 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 brat. They just look at you. I'm like, brat, brat, brat. Yeah, it's like fucking idiots. Oh my god. Ugh. Oh, backpack speaker guy needs to be on there. Can't forget backpack speaker guy. TC, did I lose you? TC?
Nope, we're
TC?
there.
Okay.
I don't
Sorry,
know
thought I
now.
lost you there for a minute. Yeah, can't forget backpack speaker guy. All right. Well, anyways, I feel like we've kind of covered everything today. So,
Mhm.
I think we can kind of. Oh wait, this is a good one too. LED on snowboard guy. Yeah, fuck that guy.
That is a good one.
Yeah, we'll get rid of that. Yeah. So, anyways, I think we're gonna get out of here. Don't know if we'll be here next week or not. We've got a lot of shit going on. So,
But
we'll
if we
see.
are, we'll be going over catalogs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do a live stream where we devote it to catalogs and going through. So we'll figure that out. So, but anyways, guys, we'll see you next maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe 3. Utah might be that good. We don't live stream. Or if we do, it's just Avon and TC driving across the barren wasteland back
On
to
the road.
Summit County. So anyways, we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, guys.